Welcome back to Disturbing the Priest. We are here with a very special new series, pretty much.
Right.
Where these are my permanent co-hosts now, and I'm excited to include them in the podcast. No, I'm just playing. These guys are on a completely separate podcast called
Gel Kings.
Gel Kings. You can find it. It's not even available.
Oh, it's available now.
Really?
Officially debuted.
Yep.
Officially debuted. Shit. Well, give them a follow on
YouTube.
YouTube. Hell yeah.
YouTube Gel Kings. We're going to have the Spotify hooked up soon once all the controversy's over.
Yeah.
You know how business be.
Yeah.
Dude, thank God Motley Crue put out Canceled, because finally someone's saying it.
Somebody gets it.
Yeah,
finally.
someone gets it.
Because Motley Crue is totally the most cancelable band ever. They don't have millions of dollars and got into numerous drug and porn and abuse scandals and made it through completely fine.
Yeah, dude, there's no way they slept with any underage women.
No, never.
Dude, there's no way at all.
That's gross.
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
What are they, politicians?
All right, well, this is a new series I'm doing with the podcast. It's going to be there's going to be a new episode of this at the end of every month, the last Friday of every month, called This Month in Metal, where I've guest on and we talk about all the shit that went on in metal in the month we're airing. So this is October. A lot has happened this month. Looking forward to talking about it. You know, Dave Grohl fucking.
Oh, yeah.
Also,
she was of age.
Yes. Right. Was she?
I hope. I don't know.
I assume so.
Dude, there's no way he'd do that. You know, there's no way.
Yeah, he'd have her gotten by the Mossad or something if she was underage. He'd be like, this is never getting out, dude.
Well, also, and we will talk about this. This didn't happen this month, but the whole Tenacious D shit, we should discuss that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, totally. First off, hack joke. I mean, it was the day of. It was already hack.
He didn't even deliver it with conviction. He sounded like he regretted it as he was saying it.
Well, yeah, it was. So it was on. So should we just talk about it right now?
Why not?
Yeah.
All right. So it was on Kyle Gass's birthday. It was the day after Trump almost got assassinated.
Right. If not the night of, because it was in Australia. You know, they don't believe in dates down there.
Yeah.
So it was kind of messed up.
And so he blew out candles. Jack Black goes, "Make a wish," and he goes, "Don't miss next time."
Right.
Referring to Trump's
Murder.
death. Referring to murder.
He was wishing death upon, somebody who just recently almost got, killed.
Yeah.
God forbid.
And
He's an old man.
he is an old man.
He's rooting for an old man to get shot in the head.
Yeah.
We forget that.
When you,
Yeah. Just classic Tenacious D antics, you know. So Jack Black goes all right, okay. I think he said that right after, and then instantly was like, okay, so Tenacious D's done forever. I'm in the Minecraft movie. I'm pretty much an elite in Hollywood now, so I just can't, I can't do this shit anymore.
we're going to have to cut that scene of Trump getting assassinated from the Minecraft movie now. This is in bad taste at this point. We didn't know what was going to happen when we filmed that.
Dude, I'm Steve, dude. You can't be saying that. That's something I'd love to see, be a fly on the wall for the green room after that shit. Do you think Jack Black flipped out on him?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think he was actually mad. I think it was purely a career move.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, and then Kyle apologized and then took down the apology a week later. So backpedaled. And was like, you know what? He should die.
Yeah, I don't think any of these guys really believe in much. You know,
Dude,
they've been around too long.
Yeah. Dude, just say you're voting for Kamala.
She did pretty good on Call Her Daddy.
Right.
She did.
Dude, she did pretty good on Talk to Her, I'll be honest.
Talk to her.
Dude, she has some policies
Talk
cooking.
to her now.
All right, well, fuck that. Tenacious D's done forever. It sucks. I love the movie, and that first album's great with Wonder Boy.
Oh yeah,
and shit and
that
Tribute.
whole movie they made is so good, dude.
So
it
good.
has a permanent. They might have peaked right around when Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny came out, because I remember like watching that numerous times in a row in my parents' attic as a kid. Like that movie was incredible, and it also wasn't exactly like sensitive at all, which it kind of feels like the very political stance they both kind of took later on was very Hollywood of them.
you know who else was in that movie?
Who?
Dave Grohl.
Dude, he was the devil.
Man.
He
He played
Dave
the devil,
Grohl, dude. Yeah.
They knew
Dude,
back
he's,
then.
he's living up to the devil name, dude. He's quite a fucking little troublemaker out there.
He really is.
He's dipping his feet in the devil's
He's
water.
a naughty little devil.
Absolutely.
All right. So I do want to. Maybe I shouldn't follow this with a burp, but so this almost turned into like a tribute episode, because we had a death this month, and then Jakey Lee got shot fucking 3 times. You guys know who that is?
No.
Ozzy guitarist.
I was
Bark
just
at the
hung
Moon?
up on the fact that you said tribute after we were just discussing
Oh my
Tenacious
god!
D. So I
oh my
couldn't
god! How beautiful! How beautifully said.
get into it.
But let me just real quick, rest in peace, Paul Di'Anno, dead at 66.
That's
First singer of
pretty cool.
Iron Maiden. If he was 666.
You can't get that old unless you're Gandalf. Dude.
He died at 66 years and 6 months.
Is that true?
No, I made that up. That would have been sick, though.
Should have lied to me, brother.
I did, man, but that's politics. But yeah, man, he died. He did the first 2 records, which are maybe some of the 2 best metal records of all time. One of the best vocalists, Mem von Stein of the band Exhumer, said on the podcast once that Paul owned those fucking records. And he did, man. He brought like this punk edge to Iron Maiden, and just like, it's so hard for me to hear Bruce sing those songs, because like they're just so rooted in Paul's vocal style, and yeah, it just fucking sucks. So rip Paul Di'Anno of Iron Maiden. And they put out a statement. I'll read it right here. We are deeply saddened to learn about the passing of Paul Di'Anno earlier today. Paul's contribution to Iron Maiden was immense and helped set us on the path we have been traveling as a band for almost 5 decades. Just to sum it up, Steve Harris goes, "It's just so sad he's gone. I was in touch with him only recently as we texted each other about West Ham and their ups and downs. I assume that's where they lived. At least he was still gigging until recently. It was something that kept him going. To be out there whenever he could, he will be missed by us all. Rest in peace, mate." And then 2 pickaxe emojis. Damn. Rest in peace, Paul Di'Anno. I will be listening to Killers after this episode. Great albums. If you guys have not heard Killers in the debut, fucking listen to that shit.
Yeah, man.
Some of the best things. Oh yeah. So also these are also. So this is Brandon Piers.
Oh yeah.
This is Nate Hilli.
They know us. We've been on episodes before.
Yes, returning guests, friends of the podcast, Worcester comedians. The best ones.
Right.
Yeah, one day I'll be a Boston comedian too.
One day, dude.
You'll know.
All you gotta do is drive a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Next
Baba
time you go to
Booey.
Capo, look for his name. All right.
Yep.
Well, that's like a Saudi, I think.
Yeah, yeah. The name will be on my tab, not on the lineup. But you're talking about Maiden. Something interesting that I found out about Maiden, a little fun fact, they are actually from England.
Yeah, dude. Crazy.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
They are.
Dude, I'm gonna guess. We're gonna get only positive comments for this. All right.
Can I say something about the Jake E. Lee thing?
Yeah.
This is all so suspicious, dude.
You think it's
This
suspicious?
is fucking weird. So you're telling me like both at 2:40 a.m. He just happened to be walking his dog.
Coco.
Right, his dog Coco. He confronted a bunch of thieves in his neighbor's driveway who were eyeballing a motorcycle.
Yep.
They agreed to part ways.
Yeah,
And
he was
then
like, fuck off, let's just go our separate ways. Don't fucking do this. So
And they were
left.
like, okay.
He
and then
continues
they
to walk
just
Coco.
emptied fucking an entire magazine of ammunition in his bag. Dude, like, what the... Is this like GTA San Andreas or something? What the fuck?
It's just fucking insane. 15 shells were found at the scene. So I guess they were like, well, I guess this fucking guy has to die.
They might have been just like Black Sabbath fans that were pissed off or something. They're like, yo,
You think so? Like,
fuck what you guys brought Ozzy into.
Yeah.
so he's walking the dog at 2:40 a.m. And do you think like after the shooting, the next day they were like, wait, fuck, that was Jakey Lee?
Yeah, they're like,
That's
that
the thing
wasn't
about like shooting people in Vegas. It's like you shoot someone, next thing you know, it's like fucking like Elton John or something.
Yeah,
you
you're like,
know?
damn, that was Jake Paul. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Siegfried and Roy.
But that's so weird.
Shit, did I just shoot fucking Bob Ware or something?
No, but like, here's the thing. Like, did they get the motorcycle?
No.
So like, I feel like that's irrelevant then.
But it caused it.
Because
It was his neighbor's. It was his neighbor's motorcycle, and these people were in the driveway eyeballing it. They were in like ski mask. I heard.
Oh, okay.
And he's like, "Yo,
It wasn't
like,
even
don't
his.
do this. How about I bring Coco one direction, you guys go another."
Dude,
Oh,
he's
speaking of
fluffing
One
that up.
Direction.
He's fluffing that up so much, dude.
You think so?
I think he's making it sound like he was a tough guy about it or something. But it is really weird that they would then literally empty a clip in him in his back.
While he's on the walk. So they're like, all right, let's just go in the car. You got the Uzi? Okay, let's just fucking light this guy
They
up.
literally like fucking alpha dogged him and just took a Tech 9 and just dumped it in him.
Yeah, but he lived. He's expected to fully recover he's got a damaged lung. I think he broke a rib.
What about Coco though?
Right, fact.
Coco
Catch a
ate
stray?
the rest of the bullets.
Right.
No, Coco's fine. Apparently Coco didn't get hit at all.
What kind of dog?
I don't know.
Oh my god! I thought this was journalism.
Picture Coco.
Seeing like 10 dogs.
I'm seeing like a pit bull.
Am I wrong that this sounds suspicious?
I feel like
dude?
Coco's like a pit bull.
I feel like I don't know what it is, but I feel like that guy would probably. What is his name? Robert E. Lee.
Tommy Ely. What about him?
Robert E. Lee. I feel like he would adopt a rescue from like Puerto Rico or something.
Definitely. It has to be. Are you looking up Coco?
No, I'm seeing this on TMZ. It says authorities investigating the case do not currently believe Jake was targeted in the bout of violence, as they believe the incident around 2:40 a.m. was a completely random street shooting. Who just like
Jakey Lee? He said it was like a heroic thing. Like he stopped the robbers, and then they just unloaded a clip on him.
the truth is somewhere in here, but
He probably just profiled a group of teens.
He yelled at a
got shot.
He
Totally
yelled at-
separate.
he saw two dudes in a shiesty at a convenience store. He's like, "Hey, there's a really expensive motorcycle over there. Stay away from it." I
Some
know
guy
you.
wearing a Bape hoodie or something.
He's like, I see you're just buying a fucking Escobar and some Galaxy gas right now, but don't you even think about going into that gated community over there where I'm going to be walking, headphones in, not turning around. I don't even know what gunpowder smells like. I wouldn't fucking know until it was too late.
Dude, Coco would rip your face off, dude.
I believe that if she's a...
I think I saw
This is
pictures. It
strange,
looked
man.
like a pit bull or something, but I don't know.
Oh, you saw
All right.
pictures. Okay.
Yeah.
I
All
believe
right,
you.
let's keep going.
Yeah.
All right. Here's some good news, or maybe not good news, but I don't listen to Iced Earth. It's like a power metal band, but I believe the singer, John. So he raided the Capitol on January 6th.
Seems like a good guy.
Law enforcement said he was so easy to work with that he should get off easy. 0 jail time.
Really?
Yeah, so he claimed to have no part in the Oath Keepers, which is a group that planned the organization. He was photographed at the Capitol wielding bear spray, wearing a tactical vest, and a hat that said "Keepers of the Oath." So,
What is that, a band or something?
It would be a good band name.
so he's saying he's not a part of the Oath Keepers, which is the group that organized the attack, but he has a hat that says "Keepers of the Oath."
You know, I
say it's a coincidence.
I usually am quick to defend guys like this, but there's something about this that just doesn't seem right.
In his defense, I feel like every dude that was at the Capitol kind of looks like a spitting image of him.
Yeah,
Is that him?
That's
Yeah,
him.
that's
If
him.
you lined him up with a bunch of other people that were inside Nancy Pelosi's office shitting at the same time, I wouldn't be able to pick him out.
Well, he probably was the coolest person there.
Yeah.
He does look easy to work with.
Right.
yeah.
He looks like a Sons of Anarchy rat. Like, you could flip him.
He looks like a union welder.
But yeah, he was one of the first people to invade the Capitol.
What's like the most that people have gotten sentenced for invading the Capitol? People have gotten some like pretty crazy sentences, right? Like 25 years and shit.
I haven't heard about that, but I know they kept a lot of them before.
It's right here.
They got arraigned.
The offense carries a maximum sentence of 8 years with a $250,000 fine and up to 3 years of what are they called? Italian Rolexes or whatever. The fucking
I don't know, Peronis?
yeah, the things you put, the ankle monitors.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, so pretty crazy. Apparently, he's probably just going to get off with community service. But like, what a pushover, you know? Because it's like, just own it. You're either trying to overthrow the country or you aren't.
Well, take back the country.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
You know? Just a slight, you know.
Just in case anybody's wondering who the Oath Keepers are, it's an American far-right anti-government militia whose leaders have been convicted of violently opposing the government of the United States, including transfer of the power. I just have never heard of these guys before, and it seems like the Capitol was their Super Bowl when they really came out to play. Where are they based in?
Bear spray.
Size 5,000 to 38,000. Well, that's a pretty big spread, honestly. Yeah. That's kind of crazy.
He's kind of a coward, though, too.
You think so?
Well, Nate and I went out to go camping in bear country.
Yeah, we didn't have any bear spray, dude.
No.
Yeah, those are bears, not people.
All we had was sticks and stones.
Dude, do you think that there's a chance that this guy gets, like, clipped by the Oath Keepers for fucking testifying?
I think he will.
You think?
Yeah.
Well, like they were gonna hang fucking Mike Pence.
Yeah, and he didn't even like betray them, nor is he that accessible of a person.
Yeah, where it's like finally, you know, like a public figure.
I feel like a far-right militia isn't an easy thing to get in and out of, especially when you're testifying against them in court.
Yeah.
There's only one way out.
Right, fact.
Yeah.
But, like, let me clear this up. So, the Oath Keepers, that's not a faction in Fallout 4?
No. It will be in a few years. When the bombs fall.
Right.
Those will be the best fucking, like, people, though.
What?
If there's anyone I want to, like, be a part of during the Fallout, dude, it's the singer of fucking Iced Earth.
Mm-hmm.
It's the people who are fucking ready to take shit over, the pillagers.
They already have all the guns.
Yep.
Exactly. They got the bear spray.
And you're like, I'm on your guys' side. I don't agree with everything, but
Yeah. And then one thing happens and they're like, all right. All right, you're right. Let's keep going. So the news just gets worse from here. So you guys know Mr. Bungle? band?
Never heard of Mr. Bungle.
It's like this cool, like weird alty, like punk metal band. The founding member was recently found guilty of strangling his girlfriend to death.
How would they possibly find out about that?
So I think he like buried her in like a public park or something, which usually, you know, I've seen enough Mindhunter
I thought
to know.
the park was for everyone.
Yeah, apparently not for like mangled corpses and shit. So he's facing life in prison. He will be sentenced in November. Just fucked. Yeah, so they found a audio recording on her phone of like her dying. Like I guess she fucking recorded it. So he killed her because she wanted to go play pool, but she didn't.
Have a stick.
Sounds a lot like you, dude.
I don't really play pool. I hang out at pool halls and hope people don't notice.
Okay, so you're more of like a closeted pool player.
Yeah, I do the same at like birthday parties with cake. Like I'm not really a cake guy. I have sensitive teeth. Same reason I don't play pool.
Yeah, same reason you don't strangle people. You know, sensitive hands. You know,
I don't get caught strangling people.
yeah,
I'm like fucking
the
Homer.
Worcester Strangler.
Yeah, man. I'm like Homer Simpson out in these streets, dude.
All right.
So
well,
that guy, the another piece of evidence was that he literally wrote into his lyrics that he was like,
No,
I strangled my girlfriend and
I wrote down like an example where like it's so funny. I love when I don't love when people kill their girlfriend. What I'm saying is I think it's quite funny when a murderer ends up like doing something fucking crazy and then it's like, well, you know, weirdly enough, it's like the Cannibal Corpse guy where he had like skulls in his basement, like human skulls.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, that's weird. One of the lyrics are, I have skulls in my basement.
yeah, dude, they're the most honest people in the world. Maybe only a second to
Writing
like
from
drill
experience,
rappers.
dude, you know?
Right.
So yeah, it's just fucked. You know, hope he rots in piss. Fuck this guy.
He's a piece of crap in my book.
Yeah, dude. It's like, it's crazy that like, so he's like in his 60s, I think. And it's like, that's what made him fucking kill his girlfriend?
You're at the home stretch, dog. You know? And first off, why isn't she your wife?
That's
you know?
a fact. Put a ring on
You're
it.
60 years old. What are we doing?
She's 61.
Yeah, well, I mean, I wouldn't marry her either. That's way too old, but...
Right.
Yeah. Well,
Grow up.
maybe he was trying to get out of the marriage.
He came from a time that there was values too. It's a damn shame to see what he's gotten himself into.
All right. Well, fuck that guy.
Maybe she snitched on the Oath Keepers.
She might have. He might be an oath keeper, dude.
Dude, she fucking testified January 6th. I feel like this guy would have been like someone to invade the Capitol. I'm not sure if you've seen what he
I
looks
saw
like.
the back
like
of his head, and yeah.
Like not to stereotype, but like very much so. I've
he a
seen
black
5
guy?
of him at no.
Kind of looks like an undercover cop.
Christ. All right. You guys know Ice Nine Kills?
Oh, yeah.
I've heard of him.
The Patrick of Ice Nine Kills has left the band permanently. He says he will pursue careers in music, but he is done with the band. He said he loved performing with them. He loved playing with them. But he had to make the difficult decision to part ways. He did not say why. The band has also not commented on it at all. It's kind of a mystery why he left, and the band's kind of just fucking not acting like it happened. So I think it was like a very personal reason, and they're just saying, "What? You know, we're fucking, you know, we're parting ways." But yeah,
Sounds like a cancellation almost.
Yeah, and they just put out a single for Terrifier 3 and shit.
Oh, damn.
So
A lot of buzz around that movie.
Everybody's talking about the movie, bro.
yeah,
I
I
get it.
haven't even seen Terrifier 1. Is it like any good?
No, probably not. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't have any evidence.
It outdid the Joker. Hey, what's up?
We're filming.
right.
You're on camera. Producer
Okay,
walks in the room.
All right, here we go. Here's something I do want to talk about. All right. Dream Theater. You guys know Dream Theater.
Of course.
So Mike Portnoy's back with the band. Last
Good
time
news.
he was in the band was 2009 for Clouds and Silver Linings, which is a great fucking album. A Nightmare to Remember is like one of my favorite Dream Theater songs ever. So the fact that he's returning was exciting. They have this new album out, or that's coming out, called Parasomnia. Interesting name, right?
What would that mean in Greek?
I don't know.
I think it's
I have no idea what that means. I think it's like
Like as in paraplegic.
and then somnia, I assume, is like a sleep thing.
Oh, he
I
sleeps
think-
with handicaps.
So,
no, I was exact. You can't sleep because you're having sex to a handicapped individual.
exactly. Or para means like flight, right?
Paraglide.
Right.
Parasleep.
Parachute.
So maybe it's like
Parabellum.
dreaming and you're sleeping. And you're flying. I don't know, but so I was excited for this until I saw the fucking album cover. I have it pulled up here and I'll have it like in the video, but it's like just a fucking AI nightmare. It's like a super shitty version of like, it's like if you went through like an AI and had the prompt to be like, make like images and words like their first album. And it's just like so fucking shit. And my biggest issue with it is like, I can tell right away just by the girl. I'm like, okay, this is fucking
AI.
AI, because you can also tell by like the feet too. And
It literally looks like they
that guy?
plagiarized themselves.
yeah, there's the shadow guy in the corner. That's kind of cool, but like you can tell instantly by the lighting because there's light coming out of the windows, and it just makes no sense.
Yeah, the shadow guy is behind the window.
It's just like in the reflections, it just makes no fucking sense at all. I think it's fucking really stupid that bands are using AI to make album art. I think it fucking sucks. I don't think I'm gonna ever listen to this record because of it. It's like this band is worth so much money. They have such a massive budget. They have Mike Portnoy back, and they're like half-assing the cover. It's like, it's like I'm not gonna put my time into a band that doesn't give a fuck about the cover. It's just such a shame. It feels like art is almost dead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The thing is that they got the money to actually pay somebody to make a halfway decent album cover too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it also like I feel like they could tweak this with AI to make it better. Like
Yeah.
I feel like they got the first one, the first entry, first prompt back from Chat GPT, and they're like, let's just run with it.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I'm poor, so like we mocked up some AI stuff for our podcast art, and we wind up, at least everyone's got like the right amount of feet.
Dude, this
So-
album
Yeah.
cover stinks.
It's it's the most like
So
generic
bad.
shit ever too. Like it's just so fucking shitty. The thing is with images, this looks like a shittier version of Images and Words. Because there's like a girl in like a nightgown on it, but like there's like this cool like it's like a heart on fire with barbed wire around it. Like it's
Badass.
There's a lot of cool personality to this, where this is just like a fucking soulless husk.
Yeah.
Of an album cover, and then the vinyl's gonna go on sale, and it's gonna be 3 discs. It's gonna be $70. It's like fucking fuck off.
Dude,
Like
this album art looks like how Shinedown sounds.
So you typed in like
terrible.
Chat GPT like Diddy's Freak Room but spooky. What a
God.
white freak
All right,
off would
well,
look like.
I'm not gonna be listening to that shit. And
Nay.
even though I'm a huge Dream Theater fan, and I think their last album was pretty mediocre, and the album before that I actually really liked, which I'm blanking on the name. It had Untethered Angel on it, which was really good, but just such a fucking shame. And there is like a song on it. I'm looking at the track list. The Shadow Man Incident. Almost
probably the
20
prompt.
minutes long. Yeah, this is gonna be a long ass fucking record. You got
Dude, some
a
guy
5
put
minute
his name
track,
on
a
it.
10-minute track, 8 minute, 11 minutes, like 8-minute fucking crazy. Fuck that. Well,
I can't believe that guy Hugh wanted to actually have his name associated with the cover art. Like it's like cover art by Hugh Syme.
Oh, is there actually a
it says the guy's name, yeah. Well, it says it on the little description over there.
Oh, does it? Cover art by fucking...
Look him up.
Yeah, look him up. Does he...
Find this clown.
Does he do AI art?
I wonder.
We can get right to this. We can prove this right away right now. But yeah, it's such a shame, man. It's like art. I think album art is so important and like can totally make or break a record, and is something that should be like really fucking. There should be a lot of work put into, what is the album going to look like? What is it going to be presented as? Jello Biafra said that like it's like some of the most important shit you need to work on and like focus on in a band, because when you're flipping through the albums at the record store, there's so many stories of people that first Iron Maiden album where they pull it out and they go, what the fuck is this? And then they go on to learn metal, and then they form a thrash metal band or something. But
yeah, and a lot of like this is an established band that's been around for a long time, and like I've got a handful of friends that are in bands, and like they like it's expensive to hire an artist to get like some badass album art, and like these guys are kind of just like coasting through that and taking it for granted, when and these guys will pay for like good album art, and I think it's a good idea.
They're making a shitload on tour. Like it's just such a fucking shame, and it's like there's bands who have like 10 monthly listeners that can fucking choke up enough money to have like a half decent cover. It's like, and like the cover itself is so fucking generic. It just sucks. It's just such a shame. It's like literally if you went in like an AI prompt and it's like make a Dream Theater cover. That's literally all they did pretty much. But
so what's crazy about that guy? He created Rush's logo.
Did he?
Like the start, yeah.
No, this guy, not Diddy.
No, not Diddy.
I know, dude.
Come on, man. Stick with the program. So he made that, and he also made their music or moving pictures album cover.
In all time.
Oh, that's like a legendary cover.
Dude, I swear to God, that guy was just cashing in like the quickest check of all time with that fucking Dream Theater.
Dream Theater, no, it's AI.
How old are they?
They're like boomer age.
They could probably be tricked. They're probably so mesmerized by this shit that they don't believe anything anymore.
That sucks, dude. I wonder if they know it's AI.
I was like talking about the money issue, but they paid this guy like a bunch of money. Like this Rush album art, it's like a bunch of people dressed up as Gallagher moving paintings. Like that's it's cool.
Like an actual like high production value like graphic art piece.
Yeah.
And I think those are the two most famous things that he's done. But like,
it's fucking annoying. Like, just such a shame. Like, the bands, I don't know. I can't assume like what really happened, but like, I guess maybe the artist is just doing that shit. But fucking annoying. All right, let's keep going. A new study came out that shows listening to metal makes you a bad driver.
That makes sense, because whenever I listen to metal, I like to drink a beer.
Yeah, put on fucking Deftones, grab like a road soda, Yeah, they did a test where drivers drove around like a racetrack to different genres. They said the drivers who listened to metal were the most aggressive and reckless, and they used Slipknot for metal. So.
All right. Well, but I have a lot of questions about that. Like, is it like? I assume like most of these people in the study aren't like metal fans. Like I can understand how like just someone that listens to like fucking Sabrina Carpenter's. You put on Slipknot, they're gonna freak out. They're gonna like commit Columbine out on the road.
So you think it was maybe a little bit of fear that caused reckless driving? I
think like if you had like people that normally listen to metal, I don't think it would have been the same results.
Yeah.
Like if you put on like I don't know, what's an intense music that I don't like? Like, I don't know, like
Bruno Mars.
EDM. No, well, I could probably drive fine to that, but if you put on, like, I don't know, some drum and bass, that would bother me, and I would probably be not as good at driving.
Yeah, for sure. They said they had Taylor Swift's Shake It Off play, and it was always the smoothest in terms of speed consistency. So, and then Kendrick Lamar's Humble made the driver overshoot a stop by 4 car lengths. So,
Yo, who funded this? Like, that's Kendrick Lamar came out of this smelling like a rose.
I will say, I did crash a car once to Metallica. This one time I was literally driving and I just got my permit, and it was like the first snowfall, and I listened to Ride the Lightning for the first time.
Oh.
And the first song, Fight Fire with Fire, came on. And it's like this like acoustic thing, and it's like it was almost like kind of Christmassy. I'm like, this is nice. And then the main riff kicks in, and I was like, fucking, I'm going. And I gas it. Mm-hmm. I do a turn, and it was snowing, and I just slid into like a pile of rocks and crashed. So honestly, I think this article is onto something. Yeah. Personally,
I got a DUI listening to Widespread Panic, so. They didn't have any jam bands on there. I bet they would have ranked high too.
Right. First time I got pulled over was listening to "Come Sail Away" by Styx.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of at the most epic part of the song. So I think that metal's getting kind of a bad lick right here with this. Like,
you "Come Sail Away." Mm-hmm. You were wishing that cop sailed away.
I was wishing that he would sail away back to his damn police station. Leave me alone.
All right, here's a good story. Gene Simmons is in the news. Isn't that fucking
what a shocker? You seen this? You heard of this?
So he recently stated that he does not regret what he said on Dancing with the Stars when he was a guest judge. If there's anyone who should be a guest judge on Dancing with the Stars, a show about, including professional dancers, Gene Simmons, who probably has some trouble getting upstairs, personally. Right. Maybe he shouldn't be judging a dance competition. It's kind of like if Dave Mustaine judged like American Idol. It just would not make any sense. So what did he say to the dancers as a judge? He pretty much just called them all hot.
That is so sexist.
Are you paraphrasing right now?
No. Like, I don't have any quotes, but like I watched a couple clips, and it's like, someone would dance and he was like, damn, you guys are fucking hot, and like that would be his feedback.
He's like, I would like to smell your pussy. You can smell your pussy through computer.
He's like, what are you, like 25? You're way too old for me. But yeah, it's fucking like whatever, dude. And then he's also I feel like everything on Gene Simmons that's in the news is just all fucking controversy, because like,
and that's bad.
He also called out Flea, Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
He's like, just because he's like, I don't like technical players, because this is a quote by the founding member of Kiss. All right, the less showy, the better.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's a little bit hypocritical, I'd say.
I don't know, man. I feel like Kiss is a pretty stripped down band.
Yeah, they're pretty garage punk type,
Like, is he just fucking with us at this point? So he also says Flea's playing isn't memorable. Dude, I was in Colorado recently to visit family, and they had classic rock radio on, and that song, what's that fucking Red Hot Chili Peppers song that's like is it called "Give It Away" or whatever?
What I got, you gotta get it. Put it
so
in
we're
you.
driving, and I'm with like my cousin and shit, and the family, and it's like what you got. You gotta put it in your your mother.
Mom. You gotta put it in your mama.
Yeah.
What I got, you gotta put it in your papa.
Yeah. It's like about incest or some shit. It's like, what the fuck am I listening to?
You're way too much into it. But
am I? Am I actually?
Well, you gotta think about
what you got. You gotta get it. What's the line?
Put it in you.
Put it in you.
What you got? You got to give it to your mama. What I got? You got to
so that's you're saying that's not sexual.
They're talking about COVID-19, dude.
They're talking about
in
the
like
vaccine.
'93.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know what is the real issue here? Imagine getting all this bad publicity and being Jewish at the same time.
Right. Of all times.
What a shame.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Your boy Fred Durst is in the news. Files lawsuit against Universal Music Group claiming over $200 million in unpaid royalties.
Wow.
He also stated that he would also take hash if available.
Yeah.
No, I didn't say that, but he seems like the person who would be like, you could pay me like $200 million or like a couple like pounds in hash. That works too.
It's weird. It's weird he's all hung up on money. I thought he did it all for the nookie.
You'd think so. But he's claiming for decades the band hasn't received any royalties at all. Any.
Yeah, he thought
any
that
royalties.
I find that hard to believe. They've had a pretty good resurgence in the last 2-3 years.
Their stock only goes up now, honestly.
Yeah, but
That's
the thing is,
true.
bands make most of their money off like touring and merch anyway,
I think
But that is a shit ton of money to just like not get.
I think after the what video was it that they recorded on the World Trade Center? It was rolling. Keep on rolling, rolling.
Undertaker.
You think he
Yeah.
wants the money so he can rebuild the World Trade Center?
Well, I think that when he rented them, he thought he bought the World Trade Center. So he's waiting for that insurance money to pay out. He's like, I haven't seen a dime from those two things going down, and I had nothing to do with that.
Oh my god. Well, hopefully he gets his money, whatever. But this isn't really metal news, but I feel like I want to include it. But Pink Floyd, they sold their music catalog to Sony for $400 million.
Mm-hmm. Well, they did make Spider-Man.
Yeah,
So,
I hear Pink Floyd's going to be... They probably are going to be featured in the next Spider-Man movie.
You think
Do you guys
so?
want to bet?
yeah, why wouldn't they?
I mean, what song would you put in a
I
Spider-Man movie?
feel like the new Spider-Man movie has been like a lot of like newer shit though.
True.
Well, they just ponied up the cash,
I guess it's like might as well like use it. We just spent $400 million.
Right.
That's fucked.
Why do they need like that type of money?
Well, they
Like-
also, I think,
And why would they
David
sell it
Gilmour
now?
stated that he was just done with the fucking bickering and shit
Yeah.
and the bullshit. Because like
Waters
Gilmour's
is probably
wife
gonna-
called Roger Waters like he's like, you fucking anti-Semitic piece of shit. And they're
Right.
fighting
Oh, yeah.
on Twitter and it's a bunch
That's
of
what I was
bullshit.
going to say is probably a lot of that is going to go to Gaza. I'm not even kidding. Like,
You
Roger
think so?
Waters, he's been criticizing Israel for a dog's age.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't even know what side he's on. Doesn't he kind of flip-flop between being like an oath keeper and being like on the other side?
Yeah, he's crazy. He really does like fucking. It depends what day, like how he woke up that day. you
Right.
know?
Yeah.
But all right. In other news, Godsmack has announced they are done making new music.
This is the one that we should give a moment of silence for, honestly. I know we've gone over a lot of death, but this one hits close to home for me.
Close to home, that's New Hampshire.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Dude, my buddy used to friggin' deal blackjack to Sully. That was a cough. I've been holding that cough forever.
So what do you think about this? A band just like fucking throwing away writing and being creative at all and just being a legacy band completely.
I want to see what the names of their albums that they've recently released are, because I bet that they're all such butt rock rubbish.
Dude, that's like
You
me
think so?
saying that I retired from the NFL.
And you're only going to do like your greatest hits now.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just going to play touch football with my nephew.
I'll be honest, you know.
I shouldn't say touch and nephew in the same sentence,
Yeah.
but
You got enough
Hey, you know,
allegations.
we're in Worcester. You know, I'm honestly kind of glad they're done. Even though, you know, I think I stand alone here, but I think I'm glad that Godsmack is over, you know.
So you're saying-
it's just butt rock, you know, fucking bland. You know, it's just not my shit. It's personally not my shit. And I prefer a band just being like, okay, we're just going to completely just cash in.
Right.
I prefer a band just admitting like fucking their true colors instead of like just half-assing a double disc album. You know, it's like, I don't know, because there's bands who put out such like fucking mediocre music and like don't care anymore, and it's like, at least admit it. Do I think it's stupid? I do, because it's like, I think bands should always be creative. I think that should be the most important thing over everything, is like, you know, if you're making music and you're musicians, I think bands should hold creativity over everything in terms of, you know, fucking profit and everything. They should always keep that close and always be creative, instead of a lot of bands, legacy bands, that will put out an album, shut themselves off creatively for fucking like 4 or 5 years, and then have to and be like, well, I guess we got to put another one out. Guess we'll just fucking go in the studio and kind of just like jam some, you know, BS out. But, you know, at least they're admitting that they just don't give a shit anymore. And they said they want to like more focus on their discography and their catalog and be more of a greatest hits band. I kind of wish more bands did this, where they explored. I don't think Godsmack's going to do this, but where they actually like gave more respect to their catalog and like played more than just the hits. It's like, well, we did have this album that we don't even play any music off of, that's like pretty like appreciated by fans. You know, it's like, I kind of wish, and maybe I'm just spoiled by like King Gizzard or something, but I wish bands were like a lot more flexible with their catalog, instead of like the same fucking shit every show. It's like, put some fucking love into your own music and like own it. You know, like Metallica's doing some shit off Saint Anger. I think it sounds amazing. I think a lot of the issues with that record was it was just too long. There's a lot of just filler shit. But, you know, the 4 songs they kind of have on rotation just sound amazing live. And I wish more bands, you know, it's like, hey, maybe if you play some of it live, people actually might come around to it and respect it, instead of just like putting out slop every 4 years. It's just so fucking annoying.
It's true.
But
Sony, they all get like hooked in these recording contracts too, where they're like, okay, put out 4 albums. And this is like after they always have already had their hit album.
Yeah.
Like which like, to even get one album, to even get like one song that like is truly like a memorable hit is like borderline impossible. Like, you're in like the top 5 to 1% of like bands.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, release 4 10 song albums over the next 4 years, and also tour at least like 2/3 of the year. It's just impossible.
You also have these bands too who are legacy bands, and they're at a crossroads of, okay, so should we just, you know, pretend it's 1986 right now and just try to recapture what we were? Should we try to just write, you know, in the, you know, what we want to write? Should we try to kind of evolve our sound? And it's like, I think it's really difficult for a lot of these legacy bands to choose what to write, like what kind of style to write, which sucks, you know? But, you know, if they feel like it's easier just to not write at all, fuck it, you know?
Well, it's kind of why like bands like King Gizzard, they're almost like a slow burn that seems like to only get bigger and bigger and bigger, because they set a precedent early on that they're like, we're going to do some progressive shit. Like, you never know what's going to come next. You might like this album, you might not like it, but it's not going to be the same shit over and over and over.
Yeah.
And over time, they gain more and more popularity, because like they get the fans that they want, rather than like going after people who are going to get tired of them if they make one single misstep.
Yeah, and I think something else about King Gizzard is the fact that they're always being creative. They don't shut that off. Where a lot of bands, you got Metallica, where like they put out something, God, was it this year? I think it was, they put out 72 Seasons this year. Yeah, they did. And their last album was 2016. You know, not saying they should be recording and releasing shit every year, but like, I think it does hurt artists when they completely cut themselves off creatively.
Right.
Where King Gizzard are writing all the time. They are constantly writing. And that's why, why were their first, 4 albums so good? Well, they were all written at once, It was constant fucking... The reason why there was an album every 2 years is because they were always writing. They were always trying to, let's experiment with our sound. Let's do this. Where nowadays it's like, you're experimenting, but, this is your first time writing a song in fucking 8 years. Of course it's going to be just some BS. Speaking of Metallica, we'll get to... Did we talk about Dave Grohl a little bit? Should we go more into it?
We kind of just joked about it.
But we should save that for last. We have a couple more things.
Okay.
But let me just say, Metallica, for as much money as they have and for all my kind of issues with some of their greediness, they recently donated $100,000 for the Hurricane Milton relief efforts through their All Within My Hands Foundation, which is awesome, which is so great because it's
sick.
like, I hate when fucking brands and shit will be like, we want to help, donate here. It's like, that's the shit with like Elon Musk and stuff where he's like, we need to solve this. It's like, dude, with like literally 2% of all your money, you can probably like solve world hunger, where like Metallica at least like can recognize, okay, we have a stupid amount of money. Let's like actually help some people out. All With My Hands, that's their own money, right? Do we know this?
I mean,
I'm pretty sure that's their own profit. Yeah.
They're like non-profit. They started through the band.
Mm-hmm.
But it's probably a lot of their money and stuff that they get from donations.
Yeah. But pretty awesome. I'm glad major corporations, which is Metallica at this point, actually are fucking, putting real money into issues. But all right. I think we have a couple more things to cover.
Yeah.
The next thing, which I see you have pulled up now, is just fucking... Do we want to end on a Motley Crue fucking story? Or
I
should
feel
we...
like...
have we said enough about Dave Grohl? Should we just touch on that a little more?
To connect two things, Metallica is a band to me that, like, over time... Like, a lot of these bands that are huge, you hear so many shitty things about every person individually in the band. Like, they turn out to be like a predator. And like Metallica is one of those bands that they've been around forever, and honestly their stock like only goes up. Like,
yeah,
hardcore metalheads will like shit on them because they're like, oh, they're like soft, like Saint Anger sucked, like, which
their new shit sucks,
which like
Death Magnetic.
They released 4 back-to-back albums that are like metal fucking royalty. Like 4 back-to-back albums that are all pretty much like cover to cover great.
The Blackout, a thrash metal band, getting major radio play too, just insane.
Right. It's like there's only a certain amount, like that puts them up there with like Led Zeppelin, Rage Against the Machine, which even Rage Against the Machine, like Renegades of Funk, that album kind of like stunk sometimes.
That was all covers.
Right. So like that can't even, I wouldn't even put them in the same class, but like Led Zeppelin, even Led Zeppelin 1 through 4, like Led Zeppelin 3 kind of had some stinkers on it, and everybody acknowledges that. But like Metallica,
Zeppelin,
yeah,
Zeppelin what 3?
Led Zeppelin 3.
Okay,
I think that had some stinkers
on it. You
on
don't
it.
like Zeppelin 3?
That I not really know,
because that's like that was like a pretty controversial record because it was like their acoustic shit because they were like kind of a heavy.
Right.
Like people will argue like one of the first metal albums and then their third album's like fucking like acoustic and like kind of fucking, it's got like this bluesy like bluegrass element to it too.
I'll come straight out. I thought it stunk. I was not a fan of Led Zeppelin 3.
That's
dude.
like one of my favorite Zeppelin records.
No offense. Totally it's a good subjective opinion.
Yeah.
I skip over 3 whenever I'm like 1. Well, they also... Okay, they are still legends, though, because like 1, 2, House of the Holy, and Led Zeppelin 4 are like 4 of the craziest great rock albums ever made. Like...
Yeah.
packed with hits. Even like the B-side tracks are like good. Metallica's the same way though. They're in an elite class. And they all, even Led Zeppelin, so if you want to talk about the other thing about like them all turning out to be pretty all right dudes, like Led Zeppelin literally traveled around with like child sex slaves.
Yeah.
Which is, you know.
Jimmy Page like fucked a shark on a plane.
Right.
Oh yeah, they stuck a fish up a woman's
fish.
Hole.
Clam, I like to call it. But they used to call it snapper back in the day. That's why they thought it was funny. They're like, red snapper for red snapper. Another fun fact about Led Zeppelin, they are actually from England.
Right.
A lot of people know that.
Right.
It's a little Easter egg.
Reason I bring up Metallica being good guys, though, is because I felt like Foo Fighters, really up until like 2 years ago, were kind of the golden boys of like they probably partied. We assume that they partied, but like it wasn't anything too like immoral or crazy. Like they, especially like Dave Grohl coming out of Nirvana, which who knows what the fucking bass of that band did, but like he came out of that grunge scene not addicted to like heroin and like a crazy guy with like a bunch of like he's had so much time that like you would think that stories about him would have come out about him being a piece of shit, especially because he gets so much press for being like an awesome guy.
Yeah.
And then like all in this past year, both their like drummer OD'd, and then also Dave Grohl is now like fathering an extramarital child, which is like shit like dropped around them in the course of like a year.
Yeah.
I literally saw them, me and Sarah saw them at fucking Fenway Park like a month before that happened.
Oh, actually?
Yeah.
Maybe she was at the concert. The girl that...
Here's the thing, is now things are like coming out where apparently he was like seen with her and people in the inside like saw them hanging out, and it's like they know something fishy's going down. Like this I think that he might have known that he was about to get exposed, and he just got ahead of it because it sounded like other people saw them hanging out and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, it is kind of honorable because he could have just paid the woman off.
Right.
You know, he owned it, and that's like...
And he ended Foo Fighters because of it.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
Is that like officially?
But not a death of a band member?
Well, they suspended the rest of their tour. I know that.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
I'd be surprised.
Well, at least he didn't make a Trump joke.
Right, thank God, dude.
At least you just got a woman pregnant this time, you know?
Yeah. Well,
imagine in the post, he's like, I have a confession. I'm welcoming another child in my life. And side note, can somebody finally finish the job with that orange piece of shit, dude? How many people do I have to pay and provide weapons to? What is it, the Mujahideen? Take them out.
Well, I'm not finding any evidence. I swear I saw something that said Foo Fighters is over for good because of everything that happened. But yeah, Dave Grohl, you know, oof.
I want to clarify too.
The oof fighters.
The oof.
Cheated on his wife. You know, they were together, I think, over 20 years, it said. It's like, that fucking sucks. Because it's not only that you're cheating on your wife of 20 years, it's like you impregnated another woman. Like, that's
right.
That's kind of silly.
That kind of hangs me up, though. You know, that part. Because I was talking to someone, and they're like, you know, you're a rock star, whatever. You're going to cheat on your wife. It happens.
You're going to make babies.
But then they're like, if you're going to cheat on your wife, wear a condom.
It's like, or get a vasectomy, bro. He's got like 4 kids already.
What's the point? You know?
Yeah.
Like, if you cheat on your wife with a condom, you belong in jail.
That's right.
Like,
that's right.
The vasectomy, I heard that. That's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah. I can't believe he didn't get one. He had 4 kids already, bro. Like, how many do you need?
He doesn't need another fighter.
Right, exactly.
He's got enough foos, dude.
Right.
Yeah. It's a volleyball team right there, I think.
I want to clarify that when me and Sarah first heard about this, before it started getting talked about on the internet, I made the joke to where I said, do you think he went to his wife and said, I've got another confession to make?
I think he did.
I think he must have.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised. All right, let's fucking wrap this shit up.
I think a good way to close would be going lyric by lyric through this.
Let's close with
Turns out Dave Grohl was the foo all along.
And he was fighting to not come, you know. All right. So our last story here. Motley Crue's back, and they got something to say. All right.
They're getting ahead of some
So they
allegations.
just put out a new single called "Canceled."
Hell yeah.
Finally, someone's talking about it.
Produced by Bob Rock. So
No way. No way.
Dude's named
Actually,
Robert Rock, dude. Bob Rock.
that's fucked. I didn't know that.
Canadian musician, dude. Everybody's from Canada nowadays.
Say his last name actually is wrong.
All right. Here's the. You know who Bob Rock is, right?
No.
He did like the Black album.
Oh, he's like an
Yeah,
actual
he's like
legend.
a really big, like he's a massive producer.
Right.
I didn't know he was doing Motley Crue's new album.
Bob Rock. That's a crazy name to be a rock music producer.
Yeah, yeah. That
I'm
I
Bob
actually
Rock.
have never thought about that. Yeah, rock producer named Bob Rock.
I'm Dave Metal, dude.
That's like if my last name was Hack, you know. So they have a new single out called "Canceled," and
Could I do the honor of reading through?
you can.
Verse 1. Woke up in the morning. You just got canceled. Daily Mail is such a handful. Take a shot, throw a hand grenade. Monkeys in the internet got it made.
Yikes.
Yikes. Oof.
What are they alluding to?
I don't know. Who knows?
Monkeys on the internet. So they're referring to people.
I assume so. I don't think there's a lot of
I don't think I
actual-
want to dig any further.
No,
No.
you probably just watched the Chimp Crazy documentary.
Chimp crazy.
Watch your words. Good Lord, got canceled. Now here it gets controversial. Riot in the Capitol. Press in a grapple. TikTok videos smell like a landfill. Watch your ass. You might get canceled. Pre-chorus. Everybody wake up, wake up. Everybody shut up, shut up. Everybody stand up, stand up. Bang your head against a motherfucking wall.
It's like if you went on ChatGPT and you wrote, write a Motley Crue song about being canceled.
Yeah,
That literally.
literally.
Like it feels like it's literally that.
Honestly, when I was 13, I would try to write songs, and all of them started with "Wake Up in the Morning," and they had "Shut Up" in the chorus. Like
Yeah,
every one of them.
He's reborn.
Dude,
He's
you
reborn.
should have joined fucking Motley Crue, dude.
I always
should've.
wanted to, actually.
You never
Maybe
sent
you
your
should start a
packet.
hair metal band.
I won't crawl. I. Will you love me when I fall down? Fall. Goodbye. Will you love me when I die?
That's the whole chorus right there?
Yeah, that's it.
That's like 7 words.
It's like a haiku, dude.
Dude, there's all right. So here's. Do you think Motley Crue wrote this?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
think
it
they wrote?
I
absolutely
think
You don't
Vince
think?
Neil wrote it.
Yeah, you think so? Because I listen. I'm not sure if you listen to the song,
No, I
but
haven't.
it sounds like it. I will admit it has some parts where I'm like, okay, if I was drinking, you know, I'd fucking.
Right
You
in
know?
the capital. TikTok videos smell like a landfill.
Dude, I'm listening to this song and being like, fuck, I might want to invade the Capitol now.
That's a fucking unk-ass lyrics.
It
right
really
there.
is.
But it's just like, it's always so funny when it's like talk about being late to the fucking game.
Right.
And it's like boomers singing about being canceled. It's like, dude, you literally like fucked like 13-year-olds.
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
you're
they're
fine.
complaining about
Yeah.
it. Like,
They're like, why is
got
everybody
away with
canceling
so
us?
much.
It's like, dude, you're fine. You know, you're making millions of dollars. You're not even fucking performing. You know, Vince is lip syncing. Who knows if everyone else is actually playing their instruments?
Right.
They are coasting right now.
They're
They are
jealous of the
so-
relevancy of these canceled people. They're like, when we got a woman pregnant outside of a marriage, we push them off a motorcycle. We don't care. It was cool back then. You could be cool without getting canceled and crap.
But it just seems like they're the band that would just like get all like I think he wrote it, but I wouldn't be surprised if like they had like ghostwriters write this whole song in terms
Right.
of like instrumentally and stuff. Like they seem like they don't give a flying fuck anymore.
They hit up like Joe Rogan to write this for them.
Yeah. I don't think anyone in Motley Crue has been on Rogan. right?
I don't know. That's a good question.
No, I don't think at all. But yeah, it's just like it's just
he might
so
have had
fucking.
Vince Neil, actually.
No way.
He might have. They might have gotten that
can you
abominable
fucking
guy.
check that? There's no way.
Let me finish verse 2 first. You want to hear some of this?
Here, I'll look it up.
Speak your mind. You might get canceled. Call me trash. Burn down my castle. Take a shot. It's a masquerade. Digging up dirt on your woke crusade. Supermodel sandwich. Selfie in the back seat. She said yes. Then they arrest me. Whoa. Yikes. Dude.
That's so funny, dude.
I know Bob Rock didn't write this shit.
Yeah, Bob Rock was like, well, I got one more in me. I got one more good. Lock me up. Put me in shackles. Watch your ass. You might get canceled. It like all like doesn't really rhyme either.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. He was. They were. No one in the band was ever on Rogan, but it's just like it's so fucking annoying when like legacy artists or shit are fucking complaining about shit and they're never gonna be canceled.
You're so far from getting canceled.
Yeah, they are completely fucking.
Like, and you can't even cancel them because unless you like take all the money out of their accounts, like, or send them in jail.
Yeah,
like these guys, like fucking. You know who should have written this song is Bill Cosby or something like that. You know, like,
dude. Also, it's like way to just fucking like, just fucking get right to the point. Like, no fucking room for any kind of like. Metallica put out a similar song called it's called like Burn or something, where it's talking about like witches being like burned and stuff, and it's like you can tell it's like an analogy for cancel culture. Where Motley Crue, they're not leaving really any room for fucking speculation or any kind of. You know, they're not being smart with the lyrics where it's like, you know, they're using analogy or anything. They're just, it's just so fucking surface level. It's like just points that have been told a million times. It's like just the fact that they're like, you know, also there's like a lyric where it's like, you know, if we get canceled, will you still be here for us? It's like, fuck off. Dude.
I don't know why you're so like surprised that they're so surface level. They're like, oh, let's write a song about girls. What are we gonna call it? Girls. Like,
let's call it Girls. No, dude, just girls once. You know, you got to really get the point across.
Oh, what's the topic of the song? It's about a couple of fellas smoking in the boys' room. What do we call it? Smoking in the boys' room. You know.
Dude, you're kind of right. It's just
nothing's
like
changed.
I guess nothing has changed, and it's just so fucking stupid to see their like to have like modern fucking things on life and just like things going on in today's world going through that Motley Crue filter is just it's so fucking cringe. It's so bad, but that's everything. That's fucking October.
That's right.
All right.
So
Rest
thank
in
you.
Peace,
Yeah,
the guy
right.
from One Direction.
In fact, Liam Payne. Liam, no more pain, dude.
Liam, oh my
R.I.P.
god. Well, fucking One Direction. He died. A lot of fucking. I was afraid this would be the fucking memorial episode because Jakey Lee, dude, that shit was fucking scary. Oh my god, dude. I totally missed like the biggest fucking piece of news.
All right, let's go back to it.
Let's just cover this real quick. Ozzy inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that's why they tried to shoot his guitarist. They were pissed
man.
off.
Yeah.
Somebody's mad.
So this is the second time he's been in. He was first in Sabbath in 2006. Thanked Randy Rhoads for his success. So this is for his solo career. So they had like 3 performances, you know, to celebrate. So who do they get? They get, for the first one, you get Maynard of Tool with Wolfgang Van Halen, who did Crazy Train. And it was pretty mid, but it was like the best performance. Which is interesting because when Black Sabbath used to tour with Van Halen used to blow them out of the water.
Right.
Like they used to bury Black Sabbath. And then to have, you know, his son do a tribute is, I don't know, kind of weird. I don't think, it was just all random. And then for the next song, they did Mama, I'm Coming Home, and guess who sang it? Fucking Jelly Roll.
Damn, dude.
Oh, my God.
And it was one of the worst fucking performances I've ever seen in my life.
It's pretty bad, too, because it says here it was Jelly Roll and Zakk Wylde, and Zakk Wylde could have just sang it.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have heard that.
That's a good point. And
Black Label Society, I've always been a fan.
Great band. And let me just say, Zakk Wylde killed it. Like the solo and all that, he's fucking
great.
Nailed it, man. Jelly Roll, though, was like, listen, no hate on Jelly Roll. I bet he's good at what he does, but
watch it.
What?
That was a